Okay, so what I have for you today is I have a little bit of a DVRT PSA from FLD. So that is a lot of letters, so try to follow along. PSA, DVRT from FLD. What we want to talk about today is core training. We know here at this gym that friends don't let friends ab crunch. So how exactly can we have a good core response to an exercise? People are always asking, is fitness lying down? So Corey, are you always lying down, doing fitness, doing those core exercises? And yes, we start with that, but we need that core to be strong. We need that core to be stable as we're up on our feet, because that's where life finds us the majority of the time. So we want that core not to be abs of steel, but we want to really make it abs of copper. Why copper? Because we need that core to transfer the energy. So when I'm standing here, there's energy that's coming through my feet by pressing into the ground, and that if I have abs of steel, that energy just stops here. The steel is a bad conductor of energy. But if I have abs of copper, all of a sudden now that takes it up, and I can take that energy, come through my core, and all of a sudden it's expressed here, whether I'm pushing, whether I'm pulling, swinging my arms. All of this is a transfer of energy. So what is a great way? What's that one exercise that we can really capitalize on that core strength and that core stability that's not necessarily abdominal crunches or oblique crunches or captain crunches? A lot of people are trying out there to do things with kettlebells. Now, you know we love our kettlebells, but it's going to be a little bit on the not great side. So I am more than excited to bring in our intern, Abby, and she's going to come in and show a few things with the kettlebell. And seeing, all right, I'm just kidding. Okay, so here's the deal. People with the kettlebell, not only are they trying to create that core stability, but they want to get that shoulder mobility. Here at Fitness Lying Down, we totally understand how shoulder mobility is intricately tied into core stability. So people do what's called the kettlebell halo. So Abby's going to take that kettlebell bottoms up. Now, if you notice the distance of her hands, it's kind of narrow. But as she goes in, she's going to make this halo pattern around her head. And as she's doing this, she's really bracing through the core, trying to resist any unwanted motion. And she's going to alternate over to the other side. But again, I want you to appreciate how close her hands are together and how actually the shoulders have this little bit of impingement that occurs. Let's do one more time. So it's a great job. She's resisting the unwanted motion, but she's not getting the full benefit of the shoulder mobility. So here at Fitness Lying Down, not only do friends not let friends do ab crunches, but we love sandbags. It's going to look similar in regards to that previous exercise we were doing with the halos. Now DVRT with the Ultimate Sandbag has given us an exercise that's going to make it more better, and I love better. So we're going to do the around the world. Now here's a couple things that we need to set up, and I'm also not just talking to people that don't know much about this. I'm talking to you FLD friends. I want you to start thinking about this cue as you do the around the world. If you notice Abby's hands the distance apart, she's not necessarily pulling the bag tight, but she's not letting the bag bunch up like an accordion. As she's making that same movement pattern, her goal, her responsibility is to keep the hands the same distance apart as we go through. So she's going to demonstrate now as she moves it around, coming through. Now she hits this second corner, notice where those hands stay apart. So a common mistake that people will make in this exercise is we come around that first corner, pretty easy to navigate. Now I'm just going to have Abby pause here for a second. As we go around that second corner, we start getting bunched up. Those shoulders tend to get a little bit more bunchy, impinged. And if we're doing it that way, then we should just have a kettlebell anyway, because we're having the same result. However, with the Ultimate Sandbag now, we have more pull on the bag. And if you notice, Abby is maintaining that core control. She's not letting her body move. So she takes it around the corner now as we alternate. She's going to do this very well now as she pulls the bag down, keeping the elbows tight to the body. And if you notice this lift and chop pattern, so she brings it towards me, it's going to be a lift. She's going to lift the bag up, and as she comes around, that left elbow into the side, and now she's going to chop the bag right back down. So there's so much happening here. Deep abdominal muscles that you just cannot touch with oblique crunches, ab crunches, captain crunches. This kind of exercise is all about reflex. You can't engage these muscles with your brain. You have to have these certain exercises to really focus on that reactive core stability. All right, from Abby, from Corey, we're glad that you tuned in. Until the next time, you're welcome.